Welcome back, survivors. I'm the SurvivalVis, and we return to the Outlaw Trio here in Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. So, this will probably be the last episode of Tabs, just because, if we're lucky, we'll have beaten all the levels in this campaign, and that means all campaigns have been completed. The only issue is that this level looks a bit trickier than you might expect, and it comes down to not the front half, but the back half, or like the back 2/3. Because these are duelists. Those are the pretty rapid fire up close. Actually, hang on. I just realized something. They're the elephant up front. Arbiter. Maybe I need to play the long game on this one. Like, the elephant, I'm trying to figure out what it has a use for, because so far, it's been awful in every application we tried it in. But maybe he's good against stuff like the cavalry here. I think the reason why I didn't work with the level with, like, the Da Vinci tanks and the knights was the tanks just completely cleared him out. But we'll try this, and I'm going to see if I can get rid of the duelists quicker. Okay, so that... yeah, see, that's what I was hoping might happen, is the elephant... oh. So the elephant is a good unit to use against knights or the rodeo guys. It's such a big fat thing that they can't really do much to it, and they just kind of, like, get stuck on the side of it. Which lets your other units, such as the arbiters or the Celestial Aegis, which, well, they didn't fare so well, but they did do a bit more work helping clear them out. Okay, so what are we up with next? Swift Wizardry. Oh. Okay, this actually looks like, if we go for the Paladins... I always... see, I have these ideas that, oh, the Glaives would be good in this situation, they would be good in that situation. They rarely turn out that way, though, do they? But we'll give this a shot and see. And yeah, stick one of you guys down there. My thinking was, because there's more chaff units in this group, that the Glaives would do better. Well, kind of, at one side they did. For some reason, though, the Boxers have more health than I was expecting them to. So I think the Paladin was the smart choice. It seemed like he held up and front lines better than I was expecting. So maybe it's going to be a case of an Arbiter to each side. And you try to get in the Wizard at the back. Because the Paladin oh, okay. Ah. Okay, the Boxers feel like they have more health than they should. Because I feel like I've been getting beaten across the head with them pretty often in this level. I wonder if this is another situation to, like, try going for the ranged units more. Yeah, okay, so what I'm going to do, forget being up close quarters. That's not working. Maybe... God, it might be coming down to just using the elephant because of how it, like, just is as a unit. Oh no, I guess, a gauntlet up there with him. I don't know why he's so bouncy. Okay, let's take you. And where's the Wizard? I didn't quite get him. Ooh, Ooh, that was pretty close, but yeah, the Arbiter just got it off probably before he got hit by the Boxer there. So, this might be the last... Oh, okay, yeah, this has to be the last level if they're throwing tanks at us. So, actually, I don't know how I even want to, like, approach this. Like, I don't think I want to do from both sides. I think I want to try to have to make the tank, like, swing itself around, but... Oh, Lord. Or actually, maybe I do want to try to... Oh, this is going to be a weird one, that's for sure. Okay, give me control of one of the Arbiters. And let's try to get that tank... Well, the tanks are definitely the big ones to get out of the way first. Oh, Lord. I barely even got to register what was happening. Yeah, so we got completely run down by that tank. And the Chronomancer didn't even get a chance to... If he didn't even get a chance to transform... Then maybe we just need more firepower from above. Ah, God, the faction... Again, there's... Oh, you know what, it's probably not going to work. But maybe that's enough of a distraction tool. Oh, actually, because of the Chronomancer's ability, that basically negated the tanks. Yeah, basically, Fantasy Good faction? Okay, there we go. That, I think, actually wrapped things up faster than I was expecting. Like, the big thing was definitely Chronomancer here. And I think having him being able to stop a unit for, like, attacking, maybe not even, like, damage, was what we really needed, and the Elephant, you don't use it for damage. You use it more like a taunting unit, as in, anything that's fast and rapid that usually goes through small units, just smacks up to the side of it and gets stuck on it, because it's such a fat unit that it can't really, like, push over. But that brings us to the end of the Fantasy Good campaign. So I think what I'm going to do, I know there's some stuff to be found, like secret unit-wise. I just don't know what areas to go looking, so I'm going to take a little peek around maps like this one, because there might be some things tucked around or away in it. Because I think there's one secret unit for each... Oh! I think we found it. Yeah, there's one secret unit for each camp, or each faction as well, I believe. The Solar Architect is one. And then the other one... oh, actually, that's interesting, but no, what I want to do, I guess I have to go main menu, is go into the Fantasy Evil now. Or no, not campaign, my bad. Yeah, Fantasy Evil. So there should be one on this map as well. And I'm hoping it'll be kind of like as easy to find as the Solar Architect was, but then again, it might not be. Oh, actually, never mind. It is going to be super easy to find because there's literally... That's where all the energy's coming from. The Infernal Whip. Okay. So, maybe what we'll do is... We'll do these on Fantasy Good map because that one's a little brighter and, like, less obstacles really in the way to show stuff off. So, because these were secret units, my guess is they aren't going to be in the good and evil. Yeah, no. Okay, so. Let's try to find ourselves... Oh no, that's the legacy. There's the secret. Yeah, there's probably still some I'm missing in here. Oh, no, actually looks like I found all the secret units. Okay. There's the Infernal Whip. And the Solar Architect is 1200, so he's a bit more. Let's just see how the Whip does against, say, equal amount of, like, pricing there. Oh, he's actually an interesting... Okay, well, he did get kind of steamrolled, but you can see what he does. Let's just send them in a line like this. He's got a decent middle, like, probably medium range to him. And his attacks will cause that, like, fire debuff. So even if they don't kill first hit, it's damage over time that can be pretty effective. Now let's see about the... There's secret again. Okay, Solar Architect, you're... Where are you? There. So what do you do? Oh! So you are actually a really interesting unit. It's a ranged one, so it is problematic against the samurai, but its special ability... It's not, I think, like a damaging ability. I think it's more like an obstacle that... Oh, actually, maybe it is damaging. Let's try something... Ah, sure, we'll try a line of these guys. Like, he spawns the big ring there, but it doesn't look like it actually seems to, like, damage the units. It's more a disruption tool. Yeah, it doesn't help when you hold a shield behind yourself to move forward. So that's interesting. Okay, that's how they operate. So, if you guys are looking to try the factions out for yourselves, and you're having trouble going through the campaign, you gotta kind of think, what does this unit do well, and what does it suck at? The Chronomancer, I admit, I'm still not too sure on him. Like, I understand how he and the Void Monarch operate. After so many attacks out, they'll transform into their Uber, or Ultimate, kind of form. The Monarch does seem it's actually more situational, because the Chronomancer, he actually has, I think, more use before his transformation than the Void Monarch does. Void Monarch is just a good melee fighter. The Chronomancer, though, is able to, like, freeze that unit in time for a moment, and that lets your other units do free damage on it. So it really does come down to, I think, control the artillery units yourself, like the Divine Arbiter and the Tempest Lich. Control these ones yourself, so you can kind of place out where you think the best use of their powers are. But it doesn't hurt to also have your Uber units in as well, and let them run on their own. Because they will teleport, well, in the Void Monarch's case, they teleport around and get in for some decent, like, chaff clearing stuff. When it attacks, you see the explosions that follow around them. The Chronomancer is... Honestly, it's hard to say. I don't know if he's, like, a really good, like, unit clearer more, and he just is able to stall out an enemy and then take him down. He also has a decent-sized health pool, but I think the big failure in the factions has definitely been the Sacred Elephant. Like, that thing, I guess compared to the Deathbringer, let's just let them fight and see what happens, but it seems like the Elephant... No, actually able to take him down rather easily. To me, it seemed like the Elephant didn't have as much use. It's super susceptible to ranged attacks, it's a big target, it's pretty slow, and this guy on the back, it's hard to say, like... Let's try, say, if we get him up against a number of these. I feel like once you kind of exhaust the... And one of those, just make it even 2,000. If you can exhaust the range attacks from the guy on the back, and yeah, Elephant's topped over. It's not getting back up again. That's where it basically is. No, actually, because the Elephant's it is. Just use the elephant for its fatness. Just use it because it's a big fat unit that units can't get over. It's kind of sad that perhaps he's more effective dead than alive. But yeah, that was the biggest problem, was trying to figure out how you could apply the units in situations. The Divine Arbiter feels like it's the entirety of the Fantasy Good faction's damage source. Without gauntlets, they're bum rush units. They'll rush in and try to get things down. Not quick, but basically just like beat up in the enemy's face. It'll work on, like you saw against the Watchers last episode, where you need something that is a little faster than everything else. Although, I mean, truthfully, if I were to go back to that level, I think I'd probably be able to clear it much more easily, because I know the Divine Arbiter works a bit differently now. I wouldn't be surprised if we can actually, like, just use Divine Arbiter here and annihilate the poor elephant. Yeah, there's the rider gone. And it's just Jumbo on his way. And no more. It goes to show you, though, just because, like, even if it's got 1,000 more to its cost, you gotta learn how to apply them effectively. Or in some cases, just control the artillery unit and bombard the crap out of their most important units, too. But that really does bring Tabs towards its end. I don't see any other, like, secret units I haven't unlocked yet. And that's all the campaign levels completely done. I'm fairly sure. If I go in... Yeah, Legacy was done. Simulation done. We've managed to do everything on the channel, so... I think that's going to be it for Tabs as a series for now. Maybe with updates or other factions it'll be brought in, but I think that's everything to show off. So thank you guys very much for joining me on this series that's been on the channel. No idea what's going to replace it yet, I'll be honest. I gotta figure that out. I have to really look back on all the series I'm doing, because unfortunately, for as much as I put videos out, only Carnivores actually seems to have a place on the channel that gets like over 10 views a week on it. So, yeah, I gotta do some reconfiguring and figuring out what would be best to help us grow and just, like, have a spot here. We have cracked over 400 subs, and we're, well, not really closing in on 500, but every little step helps. So, if you guys do want to help the channel and you haven't subscribed already, do think about giving us well, maybe not giving us a subscription, but subscribing if you'd like. We do have videos going up, at least one every day at 1 p.m. I try to do that because, let's face it, you guys hear these plugs all the time. I see them all the time as well as I watch YouTube. You guys can think for yourselves. If you don't want to click the bell, you don't have to. Again, you guys just choose what makes you kind of happiest and how you want to do whatever you want to do. I'm just asking if you'd like to help us, that would be a great way to do it. But for now, this has been Tabs on the channel, and thank you guys very much for joining me on this little series covering its full release. Until I see you all in the next video or series, please remember, as always, survivors, to take care and stay alive.